The Game Boy Advance SP is perhaps one of the best handhelds ever made. It came with a better screen than the original, a better overall layout, and it was more compact and easy to take with you than what the original Game Boy Advance was. Hey everybody, Gary here with Rocksolid Productions. Welcome to our episode that we have here today. I hope you do like it. Now, one problem with the Game Boy Advance SP is it's close to 20 years old at this point in time, which means the battery is close to 20 years old at this time. It's eventually going to stop charging for you, going to stop discharging, and stop working. Well, we have a solution for you here today from our friends over at Stone Age Gamer. This is the Megabat 800mAh replacement battery for the Game Boy Advance SP. What we're going to do for you in this video, we're just going to go ahead, show you how to go and do the replacement on it. It is super simple. You need one tool, and that is practically it. Now, before we get rolling with that, what I want to know here from you today, there were many different variants of the Game Boy Advance SP. There was the AGS 001, the AGS 101. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the different colors. I have a custom orange shell on mine here. If you want to see how to do that, I have that link for you right up there. There were NES versions. I have this killer looking Famicom version of the Game Boy Advance SP. I want to know, what was your favorite variant of the Game Boy Advance SP? So with that out of the way, we're going to take our orange Game Boy Advance SP and we're going to put in a new battery. Let's get started. Both my SPs here on the bench. One of the reasons I did want to bring in my Famicom edition is one thing I wanted to double check on. When I flipped this over, I noticed that the battery screw is just a standard Phillips head. And I thought that was a tri-wing, which would mean that you would need a tri-wing screwdriver. Looking on this is actual OEM from Nintendo. It is just a Phillips screw, so that is wonderful to know. So all that you need to get inside of this is a standard jeweler's screwdriver. So we're going to go and remove that, and that is a captured screw, so you don't have to worry about it popping out. That's your battery. This really reminds me of a lot of the batteries that we had in the mid to late 90s for cell phones. I mean, this is just a basic rechargeable. Let me see if it says on here the chemical type. It is actually a lithium-ion battery, so that is interesting that even back that early they were using lithium-ion and not nickel metal or nickel cadmium or nickel metal hydride, so that is good. Now, taking a look at the new Megabat 800, one of the things I do want to point out is that it is slightly shorter than the stock battery. Now, you may be concerned that the contacts may not reach or they may get pushed apart or jarred. That is why they actually include this neat little spacer that'll go behind the battery in the casing, so that if you need help making that happen, you have it. Now, one thing I am going to do real quick is I'm just going to turn it on and off a couple of times to discharge any capacitors to make sure that we don't have any like sudden discharge issues or anything along those lines. Switch is in the off position, just making sure. Yep. All right, and it is just a literal drop in. Now, what I am going to do is I have found on mine here at least that it does need this spacer, so we're going to go ahead and try to put that in, and it failed, so let's do it one more time. And my tabs still have good springiness to it. I just want to make sure that I don't have any contact issues. And we'll go ahead and tighten this back down. And then one thing that you should do is go ahead and charge this up fully before you go to use it the first time. I've got a little tip on that too. So does not use a standard type of charging port like a USB micro or even a mini or USB-C, of course. What I actually have, and I've used these for quite some time, USB on one side, but it's a multi-adapter on the other. And one of the ports is for like the 3DS. I think this might be for the DSi, I'm not exactly sure. But that is for the Game Boy Advance SP. Plugs right in, and I can go ahead then, at this point, plug this into a multi-USB output and charge it up. Let's go ahead and do so. So there you go, pretty simple and straightforward battery swap here on the Game Boy Advance SP. I do want to thank the folks from Stone Age Gamers for sending me one of these batteries to test out. I've been playing all day while I've been listening to the race on TV, and we've had a great time spending time with our good friend Earthworm Jim, even though this is one of the worst versions of this game, but it's still Earthworm Jim, so we're loving it. Like I mentioned, pretty simple and straightforward. All you need is a jeweler's blade screwdriver to go ahead and get you up and running with something like this. And what's wonderful too, with a nearly 20-year-old battery, they only have so many cycle lives in them, so many charges, so many discharges. So to be able to bring your handheld back to like new status, wonderful thing to be able to do. Again, if you want to pick one of these up, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment to where you can get one of these from Stone Age Gamer. Thanks again, guys, for sending us one to check out. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. And like I mentioned at the top of this, I want to know from you, what's your favorite variant of the Game Boy Advance SP? This is something I'm going to spend a whole lot more time with. I am Gary, this has been Rock Solid Productions, and if you want to see how we did this mod, other mods that we've done, other videos that we have here on the channel, those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.